In today's video, we're going to be looking at the quickest fighter jet in the world in 2022. The world's fastest plane is a hotly debated topic among aviation experts. There are a lot of contenders for this title, and we need to know two things to accurately rank them: how fast they fly at top speed, and how much of their total weight is made up of fuel. Stay till the end of this video to discover the fastest aircraft on Earth. Coming at number 8 is the Grumman F-14 Tomcat at 1,544 miles per hour. The Grumman F-14 was developed using lessons learned during the Vietnam War, when American fighters battled MiG fighters. The F-14 first saw service with the United States Navy in 1974, replacing the F-4 Phantom. The F-14 proved to be a versatile fighter jet, capable of serving in a variety of roles, including air superiority fighter and interceptor. The aircraft was in service with the US Navy for 32 years, from 1974 to 2006, and that in itself is a testament to its success. Other countries' air forces, including the Iranian Air Force, are still using the model. Iranian F-14s were said to be flying escort for Russian bombers during airstrikes in Syria in 2015. Iran is the last country to operate F-14s, having upgraded them with domestic avionics that will keep them operational until 2030. Number 7 is the Mikoyan MiG-31 at 1,864 miles per hour. The MiG-31 was designed to be a replacement for the older, but faster MiG-25 Foxbat. The MiG-31 is based on the MiG-25 and MiG-29 and shares design elements with them. The MiG-31 is a supersonic interceptor aircraft that has been in service since the 1970s. While the MiG-31 can theoretically reach Mach 3.2 without risking engine damage, it is limited to a top speed of Mach 2.83, which means that it is still one of the fastest jets in service today and is expected to stay in service for many years. While the MiG-25 was faster, it lacked maneuverability and was difficult to fly at low altitudes. The MiG-31, while slightly slower, was designed to be far more agile and easier to fly. Number 6 is the XB-70 Valkyrie at Mach 3.02 or 2,056 miles per hour. The North American XB-70 Valkyrie was a supersonic strategic bomber that was developed as a prototype for the planned B-70 nuclear bomber. It was the only bomber ever to travel at these speeds. The XB-70, which was developed in the late 1950s, was capable of cruising at above Mach 3 at 70,000 feet. The B-70 was thought to be immune to interceptor aircraft at this altitude and speed, as it was too fast for any other aircraft at the time to catch up with it, and difficult for radars to see. The XB-70, however, developed a weakness as surface-to-air missiles advanced, so the USAF began conducting lower-level test flights. The XB-70 also offered little more performance than the B-52, which it was designed to replace, and which was later cancelled. Number 5 is the Bell X-2 Starbuster at Mach 3.2 or 2,094 miles per hour. Bell Aero Systems designed and built the Bell X, a rocket-powered aircraft, between 1951 and 1956. It's also one of the world's fastest planes that was previously unmanned. It has onboard stabilization, instrumentation, electrical power production, distribution, and flight controls. The Bell X-2 Starbuster was a research aircraft developed with a rocket wing design similar to the X-15. The primary goal of the X-2 was to investigate flight characteristics in the Mach 2 to 3 range, particularly the thermal ticket heating problem caused by aerodynamic friction. The Bell X-2 was built to fly faster and at higher altitudes than the Bell X-1, and it was successful in delivering useful research. The X-15 would enter development 3 years later and easily outperform the X-2 in terms of speed. Number 4 is the MiG-25 Foxbat at Mach 3.2 or 2,190 miles per hour. The MiG-25 Foxbat, which is still in limited service today, is the only aircraft in use by air forces that is capable of speeds greater than Mach 3. The MiG-25, which was developed in the 1960s, quickly rose to become one of the world's fastest fighter jets, and it has maintained that position for more than 50 years. Despite the adoption of more modern variants such as the MiG-31 and MiG-29, the MiG-25 continues to serve as an interceptor and for reconnaissance missions, with a small number of air forces around the world. Even though production has ceased, nearly 1,200 units were produced. When the MiG-25 is finally retired, there will be no other jets capable of Mark III or faster in service anywhere in the world, which might just be a significant loss for the country. Number 3 is the Lockheed YF-12 at Mach 3.2, or 2,275 miles per hour. The Lockheed YF-12 was the SR-71 Blackbird's forerunner and prototype. 3 YF-12 prototype interceptor aircraft were built in the late 1960s, as a replacement for the F-106 Delta Dot interceptor. The US Air Force was diverting funds to the Vietnam War and other military priorities at the time of development. Following its retirement from the US Air Force, the YF-12 was used as a NASA research aircraft before being used as the basis for the SR-71, which was later produced and used by the US Air Force. The Lockheed YF-12 is well deserving of its place in the Jet Fighter Hall of Fame, as it's the inspiration for the legendary SR-71 Blackbird. The YF-12 quickly demolished any pre-existing flight records after its release in the early 1960s. However, the YF-12 program was covered in such secrecy that few people realized it was the first real test of stealth technology. The YF-12's goal was to make science fiction a reality by reaching Mach 3 and above speeds. Despite this, the program was shelved, and the YF-12 was relegated to the role of high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft. Number 2 is the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird at Mach 3.4, or 2,500 miles per hour. The Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, with a top speed half that of the X-15, may appear slow in comparison, but it's one of only 5 aircraft ever produced capable of exceeding Mach 3. The SR-71 was developed in the 1960s for reconnaissance missions and is now used by NASA and the US Air Force. Since many reconnaissance roles are now performed by satellites, NASA retired the last SR-71 in 1999. The Blackbird was capable of flying high for long periods of time, as well as flying fast. While some jets can climb to high altitudes, many can't cruise at them, but the SR-71 can easily fly 25,000 meters, making it ideal for reconnaissance from a safe distance. The SR-71 was unquestionably quick. It flew from New York to London in 1 hour, 54 minutes and 56.4 seconds, compared to 2 hours and 52 seconds for Concorde at the time. If you made it this far in the video, we sincerely thank you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we upload. Also, check out our previous video on the F-22 Raptor, another quick fighter jet. And now, at number 1, the fastest fighter jet ever made is the North American X-15 with a speed of 4,520 miles per hour. The NASA/US Air Force X-15 is the world's fastest fighter jet. It hit a top speed of Mach 6.72, which is more than 5 times the speed of sound. The X-15 was an experimental hypersonic rocket-powered aircraft developed in the 1960s that still holds the record for the fastest crewed-powered aircraft ever recorded. Only 3 were ever built, and they were attached to 2 modified B-52 bombers that carried the X-15 before launching in mid-flight. 8 of the X-15's 12 pilots reached a height of more than 50 miles. As a result of meeting the Air Force's spaceflight criterion, these pilots were automatically qualified as astronauts. The military pilots received NASA astronaut wings 35 years after the X-15's last flight, along with its civilian pilots. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our video of the secret American aircraft carrier here.